Gentlemen, let me holler at you for a minute. Come on now. Get up in here. Get close. I want to talk to you. I want to tell you something that you might not have known. There's a whole bunch of motherfuckers out here that don't have your best interest at heart. Are you shocked? Are you dismayed? Are you surprised? Don't be. Don't be. What you just witnessed, well, if you haven't seen it yet, we're going to go over it. I have the 18-minute video. The should be a Snapchat or Instagram. It should have been both of these motherfuckers bucket naked, rolling around in a bottle of oil, greasing themselves up because they were greasing the fuck out of you. And that's what you should take away from this. Now, that's just my opinion. If you thought that it was a nice, friendly little get-together and it was just for the benefit of finding things out and understanding this and understanding that, well, guess what? You're wrong. Don't feel bad. There's a lot of people out there that they got the wrong takes on this. Manosphere Daily Highlights just put out a couple of videos on this subject, and the brother is sharp. He's sharp. He kind of saw through the bullshit, and I'm glad that he did because not many other people did. Line of MGTOW saw through it. I think any of the OGs out there in MGTOW, SYSBM, IBMOR, they saw through it. If you just find yourself coming into these communities, it's really easy to get sucked into bullshit, to be taken in by kind words and smiling faces.
I'm old. We might need to get 911 over there. So
Let me tell you. You see, let me tell you why I love the universe, and I am a firm believer of the universe.
I don't give a fuck why she loves the universe. I don't care. What did I tell y'all when Kevin Samuels burst onto the fucking scene after years of futility and frustration? I have comments from Samuels going years back, pumping up motherfuckers like Tommy Sotomayor, David Carroll, Akwesi. He didn't get by me. Let's listen to him.
Okay.
Listen, I wanted to get on and talk to you for a very long time.
Is that right?
That's very right.
What we got?
So I want to know what you gotta, let's have this real talk. Let's have this real talk. Let's get it. Come on. Let's get that real talk.
I can't stand that bitch. I can't stand bitches like her. And I can't stand bitches like him. Plain and simple. Look at his demeanor, man. Do you ever see him like that? All hunched up, fucking shoulders are forward, chins down. He can't look in the camera. He is never like that. He's never like that. Because he knows that his little paltry ass 1 million subs would get snuffed out in a hurry if he went in on this bitch. Now, of course, he would gain a whole bunch of credibility if he stuck by his guns. But what did we say way back when he burst on the scene? What did we say? Motherfucker was a blue pill sponge cake with red pill icing. I told y'all that. And somehow 800,000 of you thought that I was wrong.
Because I know a lot of times when people will speak to you, it's like they trying to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if you call somebody trying to be funny, yes, I feel if you call somebody trying to be funny, then don't be mad at what you get. If you call somebody that, and you're really trying to, sincerely ask questions or get information or chat, then that's different. So I want to talk to you.
Okay. What are we talking about?
Well, what do you rate me?
Self-ingratiating motherfucker. What do you rate me? Does anybody here doubt that she's ever watched a Kevin Samuels video? No. Somebody in her PR team, somebody that works for her, says, hey, man, you should get on this channel and you should talk to this fella. This motherfucking shit was planned out from the jump. I have no doubt in my mind that they traded questions to one another. that they scripted this shit. This was planned from the jump. And do you know why you plan something like this from the get-go? So everybody can come out even. So he don't lose face, so she don't lose face, and everybody goes and buys that record, and he adds 400,000 more subs from all them sucker bitches that follow her around.
Is that what we're starting off with?
Yeah.
Do you think the men rape women?
No, I thought because I
See, what a bizarre thing for him to say. You think that men rate women? Fuck yes, we rate women. We rate men. We rate every circumstance in life, every minute of every hour of every day. Abso-fucking-lutely, we rate women. If you got 80 dicks piled up in you, that's a rating. If you 300 pounds, that's a rating. You feel me? If you smoke, if you drink, if you do drugs, if you got 8 kids, that's a fucking rating.
isn't that what you do?
What have you seen of my content? Have you just seen like the clips?
Yeah.
Liar. She's a liar. Yeah. No, somebody put some shit together for her to watch. That's what she saw. She didn't see nothing, not voluntarily.
I always see people calling you and you tell them you ain't no such and such. You lying to yourself. You ain't this. You know.
What I typically don't do is I don't typically rank people. I ask.
For those of you in the chat that are asking who this broad is, that's Nicki Minaj. That's Nicki Minaj. That is the face. That's the face right now of female black music. You can call it what you want to call it. You can say, oh, Hammer, you're such a bigot. You racist motherfucker. Oh, how could you say it? That's what she is. What she is. You go get them before and after pictures, she don't look like the same woman. Straight up.
They rank themselves. I usually ask these questions.
So let's start it that way.
Yeah. All right, how tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
Dress size?
My dress size?
Mm-hmm.
Don said, my dress size? That's a good question. I guess a 4.
All right. And on a scale from 1 to 10, you can't use 7. What would you rank yourself?
Look at them crazy fucking eyes. You see it. I know you see it. Look at them crazy eyes. They gave her a script. They gave her something to hold on to there to look at. She can't stay on script. She can't stay on task. They know what they're doing.
Fresh face out of the shower. Just you.
You think this bitch has that hard a time coming up with a rating for herself? Do you think that she's that out of touch or that disingenuous? Pick one. What do you think she is? I think she's that disingenuous. I think she knows exactly what she thinks of herself.
Yeah.
That's how I always ask the question.
Seven.
And he just told her. What did he just tell her? So you can't pick 7 because 7 is the most common answer, right? You can't pick 7 because people don't want to go too low. They don't want to go too high. They don't have a real opinion of themselves, just what other people think of themselves. Sometimes it's spot on. Sometimes it's delusional. Ha! Let's hear this.
Can't use 7. That's why 7 is the most common answer.
Really?
It's the default answer for most.
Really? Really? Oh, it's the where's my bunny rabbit?
Most people, because they don't want to go too high, they don't want to go too low.
Well, no, it ain't a default answer for me.
Well, let's see. I would give you a 9.
You hear that bullshit? I would give you a 9. Fake eyelashes, fucking lip injections, fake hair, fake everything. A 9. A 9. I realize that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I get that. And I realize that some of you, even in this chat right now today, will say, homeboy, she's 9. She's a dime piece. She's amazing. To each his own. That motherfucker is not a 9. Okay, a 9 in my mind assumes natural beauty. Natural beauty. This is how the hood rat, the ditch pig, catches up with people that have natural beauty by faking everything on them. Even with that bullshit, even the way she appears right now, that is not a 9. Not even goddamn close. Not even close.
I would give you 9 because you have the facial symmetry and you get additional points for eyes.
Oh.
Full lips. See, it's not, I'm an actual image consultant. And so, I'm sure you deal with a lot of people who take your pictures and stuff and so forth. You have a symmetrical face. And so it's much more based upon facial symmetry. It's not based on European beauty standards or anything like that.
And that's something that I find very curious too. It's not based on European beauty standards. And what the fuck does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? And this ain't a race issue. Beauty is beauty. It's universal. Ugly is ugly. It's universal. Plain and simple. It had nothing to do with European. It had nothing to do with African. You're fucking dope or you're not.
Like that. It's much more based upon what babies, animals, human beings have evolved to find attractive.
Wow.
You get additional points because we've evolved to find more slanted eyes, somewhat attractive, especially when they're not on Asian.
Wow. Wow.
But that's not what gets translated. Most of the time, people take my clips and cut it down to something that's gonna make a viral moment. It's gonna start a conversation. Take the good with the bad.
I take the good with the bad. They cut my clips down and make it viral. They don't need no help making it viral. They don't need no help whatsoever. Let me pause for a minute here and shout out the chat. What's up, chat? How y'all doing? I hope everything's going good for you today. Everything's going good for me today. I'm on here with y'all, roasting this motherfucker, and I'm going to continue to roast him. You see, I think when you get to a certain status with folks like this, by status, I mean their sub count, they plateau. They plateau. I don't see Kevin Samuels going to 2 million or 3 million subs. Now, he could, but he would get blown into the stratosphere by people adopting his style of life. You feel me? His style of life, parroting his talking points. And that's just to bring men to heel. Do you understand? This is not a one-dimensional game that they're playing with you here right now. It's 4D chess.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen anything else that I do?
I saw one time when you checked this lady for, I guess it was a white lady or a Hispanic lady, and you was like, oh, you're not going to come on this show and talk down on black women. That's what the fuck you're not going to do.
Yeah.
And so again, that was a clip. I didn't see the context really, but.
Well, I get a rap of hating black women. And it's far from that. I mean, there are over 50 black women who report that they've gotten married as a result of watching my content in the last.
And there you go. And I don't ever want to hear it from none of you again. Over 50 black women have gotten married as a result of blah, 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 blah. So I enforce gynocentrism. They got married. They entered into a voluntary 3-party contract with the fucking state. And that man put himself on the bottom of the totem. Did he know that he was doing that? Probably not. Does Kevin Samuels know that he's doing that? You better believe he does. We got 50 motherfuckers married. Oh, man, black men want to be with black women. Oh, is that right? Because she's about to tell you something. Let's jump in here.
Really?
It's on my Instagram. I actually had a young sister just post up saying, hey, as a result of you, I snatched the ring. I just actually posted a brother who was about to move to the Dominican Republic, and he found his wife in my Facebook group. Like 12 couples have gotten married in there. But that stuff doesn't get publicized. But when I'm talking about...
No,
speak to
no,
you.
sir. That stuff does get publicized. Oh, did I just move that? Uh-oh. I'm sorry about that, gents. Hold on one second.
Oh.
When
Okay.
I have my guys come to me, even after...
Okay, we right about the same spot there. Yeah, the stuff that he's talking about does get publicized. It does get publicized by us. By us. We are the only ones that sit out there and say that. Your mainstream media, look, man, they'll bitch and moan and complain all day long about that. Ain't no babies being born. Ain't no couples getting married. But they ain't going to say nothing else. They ain't going to tell you the truth. They're not going to tell you why. All they're going to do is make some shit up. Oh, women are waiting. Or they've got to get their careers on track. No, they don't. No, they don't. You pick. Bitch, you pick. You have the distinction of being the biological life carrier. We give you the life. And that has ceased. Do you realize now that sperm banks are paying out big fucking money? Big money to go out there and deliver your seed? I wouldn't donate it for $1 million fucking a shot. But that's just me. I know a lot of you would. I know a lot of you would. Success Pool Endeavor says, so his red pill advice is basically a scam. Not surprised. You can take a lot from the red pills that he drops. But if you listen to him while he's intertwining that fucking blue pill time bomb with those red pills, you're going to pick up some bad habits. The red pill, the real red pill, the real MGTOW, SYSBM, IBMOR is uncut fucking dope. And it's a rare person that can ingest it without going into fucking shock, without dying. Because that's just the way that life is out here. Bobby Johnson, purple pill. Don't get me started on that purple pill shit.
After they got themselves together, like Dennis Furling, the guy who just moved, he found his black wife in my group. Black men we want to be with them. The problem is, let's be honest, in my lifetime, we weren't really raised to learn how to get along with one another. We can kick it, we can hook up, but can we work together long term?
Mr. Samuels, I'm going to tell you something, Mr. Samuels. He's missing a big fucking chunk of history. A big chunk of history. Okay, just a few decades ago, the black family unit, the nuclear family, was very nicely intact. Very nicely intact. You got a few things that come about. The Walter McCarran Act was struck down in favor of the Hart-Celler Act. That's a complete reversal of your immigration policy. Admittedly, if you believe in the idea of a minority populace, with American blacks being a minority, but the biggest outside of the white majority, they had a voice. The second that they were supplanted, displaced by the so-called Hispanics, Latinos, Cubanos, Puerto Ricans, the Spanish of all types and variety, their voice was lost. It's gone. And nobody hears them now. Nobody hears them. And then the Great Societies Act. Welfare on demand.
And I mean, you're married now, right? Okay, relationship is a skill set. It's different than dating in short term. We really want to talk that kind of stuff. And what successful people who are doing good in their professional life want to fail in their personal life. And in the black community in particular, when we fail in our personal lives, we pay a huge penalty because so few of us get married. It's almost like we like to see people's marriages fall, but we need more of those things in order to build whatever we're going to be, because people may not like my method, but I want to see more black men who want black wives get with black women. And that's the...
Well, then you better start talking to black women, homeboy. You better start talking to black women. All of this can be tracked back to the advent of welfare on demand. All of it. On top of that, the societal issues that came with being a black American in this country. They were tremendous. They were huge. They're felt to this day. And make no mistake, they're felt by the white population as well. There's too much tension. And it doesn't need to be that way. This is not a black man problem. This is enabling a weak sex and giving them power over men and enforcing it at the point of a fucking gun. Mr. Samuels talks a good game, but he don't know much about history.
Outcome we're getting, it ain't pretty though. Sometimes it ain't pretty.
Can I say something? Can I say something real quick? Black women, can we stop talking about if these niggas want us or not?
Can we stop talking about if these niggas want us or not? Can we? She didn't call you black men. She called you niggas. You feel me? And that's how most of them think about you. That's how most of them think about you. She didn't address nobody respectfully. She doesn't give a fuck about the male population that's going to buy her new single when it drops. Raise the roof, please. She don't give no fucks about that. She cares about all of these bitches out here that she's indoctrinating and helping to indoctrinate. You no goddamn respect. Zero. None. And it's not going to change. Folks, let me tell you something. It's not going to change. That change is going to come forcefully and it's going to come violently.
Excuse me, Kevin. This is not. I'm talking to black women real quick. Can we?
Yeah, she's talking to black women. Now, you heard her, right? And this motherfucker just stepped to the side and allowed it to happen. Have you seen one instance of him doing that with some run-of-the-mill broad on any podcast that he's ever done at anywhere, ever? Never. Never. Mr. Image Consultant is looking at Hollywood. He's got stars in his eyes. His pockets need to get filled up, and he's going to do it at your expense.
Can we stop posting all day on TikTok? Because I newly went to TikTok and I just kept seeing this. Mm-hmm. Black women, can we stop talking about if these successful black men want us or not? Mm-hmm. Like, can we just focus on us and we be successful and then we go out there and we decide who the fuck we want? Because what I've been seeing is, I feel like I've been seeing men using that as an opportunity because they've been hurt and somebody done and they've been.
Yeah, bitch. Who hurt them? You ask the question all day long, every fucking day. You use it as a slight. Who hurt them? Who hurt them? Who didn't raise them right? Who took the advice of the state? Who bedded down with Big Daddy government? Who did that? That was you. That was your mama. That was your grandmama. And in some cases, your great-grandmama. And you cast 4 generations of men into the fucking wind, and you expect something to come from that other than spite and hate.
Using it as a way to come out and lash out and poke fun at black women and use it as a way to feel like they somebody or they something. Or so for all you niggas that's doing that on TikTok, wherever the fuck y'all at, eat a dick, go away. Nobody gives a shit about you.
You heard it right from the queen's mouth. She's queen, baby. You heard it right from her mouth. Nobody gives a fuck about you because your problems. Your problems are your problems. They ain't my problems. They ain't the next bitch problem. And any broad that sees it the way she sees it, and they're in the millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, They see it that way too. You waste an ounce of fucking sweat on these motherfuckers, you're an imbecile. Black Ram and Oheen in the house. Good to see you, gentlemen. Good to see you, gentlemen.
And I want Black women to stop fucking posting about whether or not y'all want Black women or not. Okay? Well, I want Black women just to focus on themselves, be successful, and then you go out there and you decide the trajectory of your life.
Kaboom. I mean, what else do you need? How much more do you need? How much more evidence do you need? Huh? They ain't thinking along the lines that you're thinking on. Morals, ethics, values, and principles, gentlemen, get your biology under control. Leave these motherfuckers in the street where they belong. You see them out behind KFC picking bones dry. Don't say shit to them. Let them go. That's where they want to be. When they tell you that it's a benefit to you, that they've been ran through and now that they have a whole bunch of experience and they can share it with you, baby. I'm telling you right now, if you let that fucking shit go, if you shack up with it, if you involve yourself with it, you deserve what comes your way. You deserve the case. You deserve Bebe's kids. You deserve being broke. You deserve every motherfucking thing that comes your way. Sat here on this collab with Mr. Kevin the Godfather Samuels, and this motherfucker didn't say a goddamn word. Nothing. Nothing. If you're subbed to that fucking channel right now, you need to reevaluate what kind of man you think you are. Because you ain't no MGTOW. You ain't an SYSBM man. You're not an IBMore. Hell, you're not even Red Pill. You think you got your head on straight and you're listening to this shit and you watching this go down? Huh.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of hurt on both sides. And especially in the Black community, we don't really do a lot with counseling, therapy. I recommend therapy often.
And there's another one. I recommend therapy. I'm sorry to interrupt so frequently here, gentlemen, but when these points come up, I got to take them as they come up. You don't recommend therapy. You recommend somebody that can help. You feel me? And a therapist isn't going to help you. All therapy, all psychotherapy is rooted in gynocentrism. There are very few therapists and psychologists out here in the world today that have their own sense of self. They're as broken, busted as the motherfuckers that they're taking notes on.
Because we got a lot of stuff individually that we want to deal with. And marriage and relationships are not for everybody. And I'm just trying to, ultimately I ask people, what do you want? What do you want? And what are you prepared to do to get what you want? And are you willing to pay that cost? It's really the conversation, but it always gets kind of whittled down. But at the end of the day, what we are seeing is, especially if you're under 30, it's harder for guys today under 30 than it was from 50 years ago, because you can't take care of a family on out of high school or just coming out. So they're at the bottom. Mm-hmm. And I just had men's week, and I told guys, look, while you're under 30, work on getting yourself together, because like it or not, you're really not in a position like you should be to be able to work with, lead, do anything like that. And you see the hate, not the hate, but the hurt on both sides, because a lot of times people will use these talking points to go at and poke women over here.
What about poking men? What about poking men? Men have been getting kicked in the balls for 50 years. What about that? Do you see the nature of this conversation? It is very slanted, very one-sided, very one-sided. Your Godfather sold you out. Nicki Minaj is trying to sell records. This has nothing to fucking do with the betterment of Black society. It's a PR stunt.
But that's not what's going on right now. This year, we're past the sound. I mean, we still laugh. We still do all that stuff. We're talking about self-awareness and moving the needle. I'm in LA tomorrow talking with a famous sexologist, a womanist, feminist, to talk.
Why? Why are you talking with a famous sexologist, womanist, feminist? Why are you talking with them? Why aren't you talking with men? We know the answer. It's not profitable. There's no profit to be made by helping men. None. Unless you're a grifter. Unless you sell men fantasies. Unless you tell men that, oh man, come on over here, homie. I spent 10 years putting this system together to teach you how to be a man. Oh, a man. How much is it going to cost me, Daddy? $1,000. That's a bargain. Sold.
No, I thought because I was like,
Those guys can't.
they can't.
Not
Oh
for the
shit! I'm
rest of his
sorry.
life,
Hold on
no.
1 second.
And poke women over here, but that's not what's going on right now. This year, we're past the sound. I mean, we still laugh. We still do all that stuff. We're talking about self-awareness and moving the needle. I'm in LA tomorrow talking with a famous sexologist, a womanist, feminist, to talk about things that that people on my side may not understand, to further open the conversation up. Because that's what we have to get to. We got to end up, for whoever want to be involved with whoever, we got to end up having a better conversation, because while we're separate, fighting, everybody else just eats off of us.
No. Who's everybody? Who's everybody eating off of y'all? That's ridiculous. Ain't nobody eating off of your plate. You got a small plate. Ain't nobody eating off Minaj's plate, because she knows how to take care of that money. She's all about cash. All about staying in that line. That's what she's about. Plain and simple. Ain't nobody eating off your plate, man.
That's really what it looks like. So, but
Okay, Kevin.
go
So
ahead.
since we're here, no, we got to get down to the business, chat.
Go ahead.
Now, do you think a man can have sex 3 times a night for the rest of his life?
What the fuck does that have to do with anything? What does fucking 3 times a night have to do with anything? Whether it's yes, no, or something in between, what does it have to do with anything to bring people closer, to get them more on the same page, to get them talking, to get them getting along again? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? It's self-gratification. 24 hours a day, 7 fucking days a week. So you ain't shit to her. She ain't looking at you. Now she's talking about how much dick action you got. Is this beneficial? Is this a Kevin Samuels fucking podcast? Or is this some PUA shit?
Those guys can't.
They can't?
Not for the rest of his life, no.
Well, how many times they gonna be able to do it?
Depends on how much he's working. Depends on how much he's working. That's why I say it's different on.
But wait,
No,
listen,
no.
Listen, hold on. How many times should a man expect to have sex? What is, in your opinion, how many times should a woman give their man sex a week?
A week?
How about that comes down to what they want to do with themselves? And if there's some fundamental issue there, then you have a compromise to be made. This shit has nothing to do with nothing. And you find this very, very commonly in the Black community. And I'm sorry to say that. It's everywhere, but it's hyperactive in the Black community. If you ain't fucking me right, you're gay, right? If you don't want to do anything with fucking women because they're a power drain, because they're a money siphon, then you're gay. If you don't want to fuck 3 times a day, you're gay. It's a real problem, and it's not going away. It's not going anywhere. And do you know why it's not going anywhere? Because you have a matriarchal society. You have a matriarchal society. No matriarchal society has ever prospered, ever, and it never will.
I'm a fan of the as often as he wants it.
No, hold on.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. You look at, like I said, I look at guys, most guys I'm talking to are working 10, 12-hour days.
Don't you find the dichotomy in that last couple of sentences to be amazing? She's asking, should a guy be able to fuck 3 times a day? And she's put off by the answer, no. And then the reverse comes up with him, and he says, as much as he wants it. And then she's put off by that answer, which is exactly what she wanted to hear for the first question. These people are motherfucking, they're buffoons. They're buffoons. This was not a wise idea to put this Instagram up. Even scripted, it was not a good idea.
Bernie Mac said it. I'm gonna come home and give you 50 strokes. You count them if you ain't got time. Most dudes trying to walk around like they porn stars. Look here, man. Get good at foreplay, eat some pussy, and get on. Because we don't have all that time. We get old, our back hurt, our hips out.
Oh no.
When you get older, but I think a healthy sex life 2 to 3 times a week is what most people are doing because they got kids.
Yes, no, I understand.
But when you're single, no kids, whenever you want to.
Yeah. Well,
She's like, I don't know about that one.
No, I understand because yes, things change when you have to be looking at your baby and a lot of I get it. I totally get it. But let me ask you something. Do men really want?
You know what I fucking hate about people? All that. Let me ask you. All that fucking lip smacking. God, I can't stand that shit.
I was having this discussion 2 days ago. Do men really want a woman to be all up under them? Oh baby, hi, yeah, ooh, or do they just say they want that, and when they want that, and when they get it, they be like, because I feel like me being mean is what, yeah.
The late great Patrice O'Neal said it the best. We want you around, but not around. He made a comedy bit where he said, we want you in the house, kind of like around the corner in the vent somewhere. We kind of want you to be like a cat.
This is a terrible representation of men. This is a horrific representation of men right now. This motherfucker is banging every stereotype possible. And in his very next videos, he'll be right back to the old leaning back, hitting the smack button, giving the side eye to these bitches that call in. This is a terrible representation for men. This was fucking awful.
You calling cat's name? Hey, babe. Okay, you there? Cool. We just want to know you in touching distance. That's really all we because we really.
And I feel like I'm like a man. I feel like
And there it is. She said it. I feel like I'm a man. That's because they are the new men. The idea of being a man in every way possible has been pushed on women for 50 years. A lot of them like it, but they're miserable. You see, with all this shit that Cardi B or Megan the Horse Mouth has got, Nicki Minaj, all these bitches, all this shit that they've got, they're still miserable. And they will still have the nerve, the unmitigated fucking nerve to get on a live and direct that misery at every bitch out here. You think about you, baby. You do your thing. You go out there. We don't care about these broke niggas. That's her mouth, not mine. That's her mouth. And there's 10 million motherfucking heads nodding in agreement with her. I better watch out. They might Joe Rogan me.
time you know, a lot of people throughout my life would tell me that I'm like a man, because I remember people would tell me I shouldn't expect as a woman to have a climax every time I do it, right?
Why
Hi,
not?
Hilton. And I said, excuse me?
What the fuck does this have to do with getting this shit together? What does this have to do with the relationship between black men, black women, men and women overall? Nothing. Nothing. Not a fucking thing. Not a fucking thing. All this is for this bitch to get up in here, have old Kevin Samuels run cover for her and co-sign putting you fellas on blast. I hope you enjoyed it.
Are you out of your fucking mind? Why wouldn't I want to climax every time I have intercourse, just like you want to climax when you have intercourse? And I was accused of being like a man, not in my, you know, this is years ago, and I knew that wasn't gonna work, child. Cause it's not only about you.
Well,
What do you think about that?
well. So when I go to LA, I'll be talking to sexologists. You know, Shambu Dream, Shambu. There's a lot that men don't understand about sexuality. Most guys, you ask them what the...
You heard? You heard? You motherfuckers don't know nothing about sexuality. You don't know nothing about that female body. What's wrong with y'all? You can't get your fingers trained up. It's kind of hard to do when no bitch will let you touch her, ain't it? He's dancing all around it. He's dancing all around it, but he just won't come out and say it. Women are the gatekeepers of sex, sexual intercourse, sexual access, plain and simple. And when they're thirsting after the top 10% of all men, that's a whole big chunk of motherfuckers that are being left on the sidelines to go do something else. And on top of that, you got to fight with the goddamn lesbians. For the rest of them, it's a fucked up world we live in.
Kama Sutra is, they don't know what it is. They don't know anything about tantric sex. They don't even know that. You couldn't even show them the anatomy of a vagina and they can understand parts. Just weren't taught. So, and you know, if you know what you're doing, yes, you should have as much orgasm. You should. You're multi-orgasmic. You can have more than we can.
That's right.
So the point is that I think that was part of the purpose of going down there, to have this conversation, because women's sexuality is so misunderstood by men. So a lot of guys make comments about women and not knowing, and they make decisions based on women. And I say ultimately this: if you ain't getting married, what the fuck you care about a woman's body count and who she fucking? If you ain't gonna take ownership of it.
You heard? One more again. There it is. Right there. Why do you care about a body count? Why do you give a fuck that there's been 100 dicks rolling around in that womb? Why do you care whose dick she sucks every day of the week? Why do you care about girls' night out or girls' weekend in another county or another state? Why do you give a fuck about that STD she's bringing to you? Why do you care about being a pay pig? Fuck this motherfucker. Fuck him and that dirty bitch that he's on there with. All these bitches are doing is promoting degeneracy, filth, garbage. They keep pushing the same fucking bullshit. Do you know why? Because people are inherently weak. You have to make strength. And the weakness of the average person makes this type of bullshit possible.
And if it's yours, you need to learn what to do. Because, yeah.
Well, if I was a man, I would still care about who a woman is fucking.
Safety, as long as it's clean. I'm talking about.
That's fucking amazing. Isn't that amazing? That the crazy-eyed fucking broad that he's got on here just fucking said, if I was a man, I would care about who another woman's fucking. You cannot make this shit up. You couldn't write this in a script and have somebody believe it.
There are guys who worry about things. Here's the thing: there's ownership, and then there's dating. We do a lot to disqualify one another, and we got enough stuff. already disqualifying us.
Oh, right. To put women down.
Yeah, I mean, or to discount men too. And I'm like, well, in the context of a relationship, it's different than people who are out here just hooking up. If you're gonna just be out here hooking up, you need to be. I would assume you would want to have a good sexual reputation.
Have you ever heard this motherfucker be this mumble mouth before? He reminds me of Mushmouth off of Fat Albert. You ever heard this dude do this before? I've never heard him do this before. He's starstruck. He's starstruck. All his fella sees is fat fucking pockets and a beeline to Hollywood. Started my shit on you see him 5 years down the road. Started my shit on YouTube. Yeah, man, it was hard for a little while going there, but you know how it happens. And
you want to be a dead lay or a weak fuck. That's not a good look.
No.
See, some people are like, I'm so lost.
No, I'm not lost.
No, I'm talking about people in the comments.
I want to put it on.
Yeah, that's because you're way off fucking topic, homeboy. You're way off topic. You come off like this Mac in the fucking manosphere. You accept all of the accolades and you take none of the responsibility for what you do. Goddamn gangbusters with these average ass bitches that call in expecting to get some kind of due. And when Miss Plastic calls up with her fucking bug eyes and her whack attitude, you can't see straight. That's why they lost.
I want to put it on a person. I don't give a shit.
Well, yeah, I seen the videos. I heard what were you talking about? The blood. What is a blood? What is that?
Blood clot?
I'm serious. I know, what is that?
No, it's just a term that my family, my Jamaican people who I love very much, it's just a curse word that they use. Like with a blood clot, you deal with pussy. You understand? So that.
All right, I've heard that before. I'm like, I didn't know if it was a curse word or what. All right, cool. Well, good to be on here with you. You got any other questions? Because I got to get packed.
Yeah, I ain't got no other questions for this motherfucker. Do you guys have any questions for this motherfucker? Anybody? And I don't think you do. Let's get that bullshit off of there. I want to thank everybody for showing up today for this one, man. I appreciate the hell out of you. We're going to talk a little bit, if you don't mind. If you do mind, I'm sorry. 500 of y'all in the house. What the fuck is that all about? Ain't 500 of y'all sitting in here. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. You want to pop in here? Come on. There it is. I'll take a couple of calls. If you're interested, if you're not, don't push it. It's all good. Goodness fucking gracious. Doesn't it make your blood boil to see what happened when you get these fake ass tough guys and you put them in a position like that? They put themselves in that position. Isn't that fucking amazing? Like, welcome to the stream, Ratchet. What's going on, Ratchet?
Hey, what's up, Hammerhand?
Zero, brother. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me on.
Holler, man. What's up? You got a question for somebody? Comment?
I got a question. Just want to say hi, pop up. Big fan. I'm like a newbie here. Or a month in to this side of MGTOW. I'm
Yes,
just saying I'm a big fan of your work.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much.
That's all I really got to say, though.
All right.
I don't got no questions. Man. Sorry about that.
Nothing to be sorry about. Just pop in and say what's up and then dip, man. It's good. It's all good.
All right, then. Thank you for having me again.
I appreciate you.
No, thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Ah, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Mike Pav, disgusting Samuels was on the soy sauce during that interview. Pharaoh Ravage, a Ratchet. Where's Clank? Come on, man. Where Clank at? Broderick Black, you in there, Broderick? What's up, man?
Hey, man. It's nice to finally actually talk to you outside of the comments.
Hey, what's going on?
Man, why is it such a problem for people to turn? Why is it such a problem when a black man turned down sex? Your comment section, people. Oh, is it a problem for us to turn? There shouldn't even be the question.
No, it shouldn't even be a
why
question.
Is there a problem?
You're being maneuvered. You're being maneuvered. You're being kept in a particular place, in a particular situation. You're kept as a provider, as a fucking heavy lumper, and they use your sexuality against you.
And it's like I spent 7 years inside the books practicing and studying in the involvement of the knowledge that I can't really speak too much about on YouTube, but 7 years I put into that path and I left it when I got what I wanted, and it's been a benefit to me ever since.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you're on your own path, right? You're doing your own thing?
Been on my path since I've turned 8 years old.
Oh shit. Well, that's a long haul.
I mean, it's easy when you're an orphan.
Yeah, I know the feeling. And I don't mean to minimize being an orphan, but we were an ass whisker away from being that, my brother and myself, for a lot of years. You know, it took a long time for my family to clean itself up.
I mean, I heard a little bit about it from your videos, but I ain't know it was that bad.
No, it's that bad, man. It was a nightmare. It sucked. It was terrible. I think at some point in time I'll probably do another series on that, but yeah, not now, not right now. Got other things to do.
Yeah, too much to focus on right now with all the noise that's going on.
Yes, sir. And there's a bunch of it. So yes, sir, that's good, man. So you want to clean it up, say a comment, give a peace out, tell people where they can find you?
Oh yeah, if people want to find me, they're gonna find me anyway. But I just want to let the men know: stand tall, live free, and protect your sovereignty above all else.
That's good words, man. Good words. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
All right, remember, gents, no hymen, no semen. Forget about the diamond.
Forget about the fucking diamond.
tells you about it all the time, but if she ain't got the hymen, don't even consider the diamond.
Agreed. 100%. Peace out.
All right.
Adding to the stream, boy, Psycho Soap. What's up, Soap?
He must bring the ruckus to all you mother.
Hey, what's happening here?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, brother. Whew. Came back from vacation time. Got back to work. It was pretty nice, pretty laid back, all good and everything. Now, during all of that, kicked it over there with Undead and all them.
Yes, sir.
And this shit's nice. Now, back to the monstrosity that we've seen earlier.
Wasn't that amazing?
God.
Wasn't that amazing?
That's the definition of fumblefucked, is it not?
Yeah, well, old boy was headed to the end zone, fumbled it, and the other team won the fucking game, man.
Oh shit. It was one of these, one of them things that make you go,
Yeah.
That motherfucker was like, okay, so
when I was watching that whole fucking thing, I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? Yeah.
And I sat to myself, man. I sat to myself and thought, oh, how the mighty have fallen.
He was never mighty. He was being conflated with real red pill and MGTOW values, and he's not any of that.
True.
You know, Minaj showed up and she was exactly what she appears to be. What she appears to be. You know, but he's the one that's in the he's the one that's caught in the middle right now. He's not any of that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I use the context of mighty because they held this guy up as some kind of manosphere godfather. And now we're killing your darlings one by one by one.
Yeah. What did we say, man? We said we was going to get them. And you give them enough fucking rope, they will always hang themselves. It doesn't make a difference who it is.
Let a motherfucker find out. It happens in threes because, fake and fraud. Then Jack Murphy. Now
Murphy. Now Samuels. You know, is he still going to have 1 million subs tomorrow? Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
He'll still have 1 million subs tomorrow because that just goes to show you how stupid people are. I hate to call men stupid, but my God. You know, how much more do you need to understand that you are being you're being head faked, you're being okey doked. You know it, and you're still going in for it.
Ouch. Of all people, Minaj, really? I mean, and this was like his one chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my man had described, it was like Lucy had that football. You know what I mean? And he was just fucking Charlie Brown, and that ass just hit
And
the
what
ground.
what did she do too? She did the exact same thing that people were hoping that he would do. And she come on there and showed like this fake ass contrition. You know, she was like, people want me to roast him, but I'm not, because I don't have enough information. But didn't you say in the beginning of this that you've seen his videos? So you got all the information that your publicity agent handed you, motherfucker. That's what you got.
Shit. Oh yeah. And boy, did it not deliver. That's why that little statement that came through in the chat where it said, you know, I'm lost. I mean, that said it all.
Well,
That said
yeah,
it all.
and there's a whole bunch of people saying, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah, he lost, man. You damn right he's
Holy-
lost. He's the one that fumbled that game away. He fumbled it away.
Oh my God.
All right, so tell these people where they can find you, man.
All right, my man. You see how this shit is spelled, man. PSYCHESOAP. And like my man said in the chat, it's Psyche soap, not tactical soap, baby. Because he must bring the rock up.
Don't drop the soap. It ain't soap on a rope. It's Psyche soap.
Do-do-do.
All right, Holmes. We'll see you, man. Tech Biz in the house. What's up, Tech?
Hey, how you doing, Hammer? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you turn your mic up a little bit?
How is that?
That's pretty good. What's going on, brother?
Not much. I just want to say hello and thanks for doing this video. This is a really good contrast that's needed.
Yeah, it is needed, man. Somebody has to get out there and say what this really was. This was a fucking publicity stunt.
I left a video under, or sorry, a comment under his video, and I thought that he lost his mind.
Yeah. Well, he did for about 18 minutes. You know, he got starstruck. He doesn't know how to talk to those people. I mean, that bitch got $1 billion in the bank. He don't know how to talk to them.
I think he probably was afraid, to be honest.
I agree with you 100%. You know how many people would fucking swarm on him and petition YouTube to take his channel down?
Yep, and he loves the money, so he wants it up.
That's right. That's right. You play the fucking game then.
Yep.
So you want to question, comment, concern, anything?
No, I just want to say thank you for everything you've been doing. I wanted to talk to you for a long time, and I leave a lot of comments under your videos. You probably have noticed them, and I just want to say, guys, you need to stay safe and you need to protect yourself. Don't believe them. It's
Absolutely.
a trap. Most of the times, you're being trapped. You're like a mouse, and they put out the cheese, and they just want you to, you know, get in there and get you. That's the game.
That's right.
Get you.
That's right. You're the fucking prize.
You are the prize, yes.
Absolutely.
Whether it's voluntarily or involuntarily, you are the prize.
That's right. That's right. And they're doing everything that they can possibly do to keep you suckers on the ranch. So don't listen to them. It's a fucking it's bullshit.
All right, I'm gonna jump out. The next person can jump in. Thank you very much again.
Peace,
I
brother.
really appreciate what you do. Take care.
Thank you. Hey, we got that one out of there. We get that one out of there. I don't know why that did that, but all right. Antonio Gladney, what's up, Antonio? How you doing, man? Uh-oh.
What's going on, Captain? It's a privilege and an honor to be on here, and just want to say thank you so much for what you do, Captain.
Oh man,
Seriously.
I appreciate the hell out of y'all,
Looked at
man.
that
Thank you for
video, I
tuning
just
in.
couldn't even-
Can you believe that shit?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's
Couldn't
amazing.
believe it. But at the same time, I can because, you know, the cognitive dissonance is real. And once a person just displays himself in that order, then you can only assume and be aware of the further actions that are going to come along. So I just said, you know, it is what it is. I was looking at a video from Gerald Ford, the president right after Richard Nixon,
Yeah.
and he made an address to the youth and was stating the state of the patriarchy and what was going to be in the near future.
Yeah.
But let's just say he definitely wasn't too far off. And as we can see, they're allowing ladies to run the show and know how that's going.
Yeah. Well, you see that it's been
So,
a
yeah.
push for a long, long
Yeah, I just
time,
wanna
man.
say-
It didn't start last week or last year. It's been going on for a long time.
Sorry about the Captain. My mic is getting hey fist.
That's all right.
I do apologize for that.
Oh, that's all right, man. We understand. That's all good.
Yes, sir. But I just want to say thank you so much for what you do. thanking you for keeping us abreast of all of this madness and chaos taking place. And I just want to say it's a privilege to be on here.
Well, I appreciate you very much. Thank you for taking the opportunity to come on, and we look forward to hosting you again at some point in time.
Absolutely. Thank you much, sir.
Yes, sir. Peace out. Oh, man. It's always nice to talk to people that have kind of a like mind. You know, I didn't feel that feeling about having the like mind until I went to Indianapolis for the first time to attend a race. I had always been kind of like the person, you know, the race guy, and nobody else understood it. Nobody else understood it. And then when I found myself sitting with 400,000 crazed race fans, I had never felt more at home. That felt magnificent. Magnificent. So, and it feels the same way being on a cast like this. You know, if, like I said, if there was 10 people in here or 10,000 people in here, it wouldn't make a difference to me. It's people that can see. And those are really the only people that I have anything to do with anymore, are people that can see, people that understand what is going on. When in my local Kroger today, pick up groceries, I shop bi-weekly, and I can't tell you how much shit they were out of. That has never happened in this region. Louisville, Kentucky, in the Midwest, that has never happened. They were out of a lot of shit. Now, I still got what I needed, but it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy shit. Let me jump in these comments real quick. I can't get to all of you, gents. You've been doing this for an hour, so I'm just going to back up a little bit and say, what's up? Abel, 41. How the fuck do you get starstruck by a plastic lizard? The Bears are who we thought they were. A famous Denny Green post-game meltdown. I was watching that game when it happened, and I understand his fucking meltdown. They should not have lost that game. Yurda, behind KFC picking bones dry. Fuck them. Fuck all them bitches. You know which way they're going to go, don't you? You know which way they're going to go. They will never give up what they've got. Never. Even if it's just fucking scraps, they will never give that up. Never. And good on them. I wouldn't either. I would fight for every fucking ounce, just like I'm doing right now on this podcast. You see? Just like I'm doing. Fight for everything that you're worth. If you want X, Y, and Z, get your ass out there and make it happen. My X, Y, and Z just happens to be freedom. And freedom. And freedom. Freedom from fuckery. Freedom from usury. Freedom from expectation. I take care of myself. I take care of those that I invite into my very small circle. And nobody has the right to expect anything else from me. Fuck them. You take care of you. Take care of you. Go Rami, my fucking man. Oh, one fast Dak. Hey, Ralph. Jason Drew. I'm in Hammerhand. The soap. Psyche soap. All my master wrenches, mods, put your channel links if you have channels, if you have places to be found and seen, put those in the chat so that these fellas in here can get a hold of them. Peter Oslowski, Convoy Freedom is doing well. The Convoy Freedom is doing well. Guess what's happening now? Now that GoFuckMe has taken $9 million, $10 million and put it on hold, people are coming out and feeding these truckers. That's amazing. This COVID bullshit is over. It had nothing to do with COVID. You know that, don't you? It's over. It's over. Tyranny will not stand. You can get away with that shit in some portions of this planet. You can't get away with it here. Even as fucking cucked as Canada is, there's a big portion of Canadians that will not tolerate it. And the time has come. And they're telling you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck your needle, fuck your mandates. It's over. Justin Trudeau's head should be on a fucking spike out there in front of the Capitol. Anthony Fauci, they should be arrested for fucking crimes against humanity. They've done so much damage. So much damage. Mr. Smith, their avaricious disposition prevents them from making any concessions with men, and they won't. And I don't expect them to. See, I don't hang around waiting for bitches to concede on anything. I don't give a fuck what they approve of or disapprove of. I do my thing. If I come into conflict with one of them while I'm doing my thing, I squash them. That's it. Just like I would do any other man. Stand in my way, and one of us is going to get harmed. Now, I don't live my life looking for conflict. I don't live my life looking to beat people up or harm people. Lucky me. Lessons well learned, I do suppose. Roderick Sage, didn't Nikki spreading misinformation a few months ago? She got her fans rallied. Yeah, these people don't know who they like, when they like, how they like. And you know, if you have rabid fucking fans like that, people that are just zealots for whatever it is that you are or the image that you promote, you should really be careful about that shit. That's why I have real hesitancy when somebody says, well, your fans, Hammerhand, they want you to come. I said, I ain't got no fucking fans. I have people that listen, but I ain't got no fans, bro. I ain't got no fans. Davina Duckworth, fight for freedom. Abso-fucking-lutely. Riggs Jr., Hammerhand, that Juggernaut series is a masterpiece. I thank you for that. There are some that would disagree with you. Only a few. Placebo effect. 3 of my closest friends all broke up with their girlfriends in the last 2 weeks. They feel better already. Good on them. I don't want to see anybody get their heart broke. I don't, whether that's a man or a woman. I don't want to see people suffer. But when you're nothing but a vacuous meat bag, and all you want from me is what I can give you, I'm better off alone. I am. I'm better off alone. I'm better off looking at my next conquest. I'm better off looking at my next drawing. I'm better off sitting at my bench for 3 or 4 hours and fabbing up parts for that model I'm putting together. That's what I'm better off doing, taking care of myself. I'm better off taking care of my son, getting him clothes and shoes. He's a Green Bay Packers fan, by the way. Nobody's perfect. Shinobi Wan, I dare to say, never tested, never vaccinated, never died, never will. The MGTOW Infinium, I'm also on BitChute. I used to be, and I got tired of fucking BitChute with this fucking 3-year-long fundraiser of theirs when everybody else is coming out on platforms, brand new startups, and they're doing everything that YouTube's doing. Fuck that. So I got rid of the BitChute thing. Psychosoap, this is applied MGTOW. Male sovereignty at all costs. It has to be. It has to be at all costs. It can't be anything else. You don't go halfway when it comes to your freedom. You go all in. And if you can't do that, then you need to accept your chains. Take your portions, shut the fuck up, go sit in the corner, and the shekels that get thrown at you are the ones that you deserve, I suppose. Dick Marks, wow, that's a title fit for a bottom bitch, but you have your principles, right? You jumping on me, Dick? What's wrong with you? Andreas Scout, your time and effort are precious and finite. Take care of yourself and focus on yourself. Imagine all the guys put all their money and energy into self-improvement instead of chasing putty tats. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Black Trunks, go fuck me, Hammerhand 2022. And I didn't mean that in the literal sense now. You know that. I hope you know that. Zool, I don't make content yet, but I have plans if things go well enough. Well, brother, take it at your own pace. Take it at your own pace. Do your thing. Devin Jones, fuck GoFundMe. I agree. 100%. Fuck them. They're scumbags. Those motherfuckers are scumbags, and they're getting raked. They're getting raked. And they ain't going to go nowhere. Do you know why? Because people keep using them. Do you know why Patreon is a dead platform? Because Owen Benjamin and Sargon of Akkad fucked them right up the ass. That's why Patreon is a dead platform now. Now, you may not know the specifics of that, but it comes down to arbitration. And when arbitration was ruled in favor of the arbiter, not Patreon, well, they got bombed. So all of their excess capital was sucked up defending, 15 or 20,000 lawsuits. So fuck them. Fuck Patreon. Fuck GoFundMe. All of these people of Chase Bank for canceling bank accounts out from under people. Don't do business with these pieces of dog shit. Meatbags, Sargon of Cuck. Well, he's a little on the light side. I will say that. Red Scout, the clue is in the name. Go fund me. You got it. You got it. Timothy Sokol, GoFundMe is looking at one big class action suit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Reverend 20 piece at one fast Dak Hammer needs Chris Mitchell in here. Soft Sands. Oh, shit. That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. 100%. Your Highness. And so they need to be if they are leftist, communist loving LOS. LOS? POS? Did we mess something up there? Maybe. In his mind, can we talk some, Hammerhand? What are you saying? Are you saying that you want that link? I'll give you the link. There's the link. Anybody wants to jump in here and say what's up? There it is, right there. Truckers should use Subscribestar, I suppose, but it's kind of a pain in the ass for these guys to set these things up, isn't it? All these guys want to do is deliver their fucking loads, jump across the border, and then come back. But now it's like if you cross this imaginary fucking line on a piece of land, you have to be decontaminated for 14 fucking days. How the fuck do you think you're going to make money like that? You ain't going to make no money like that. That's not going to happen. You're going to destroy them. Oh, but all they got to do is get stabbed. Well, welcome to the stream, Sweaty Fat Man.
What's up, Hammer? Good to talk to you again, man.
What's up, homeboy? How you doing?
Just annoying everybody.
Well, keep doing it.
Hell yeah.
Questions, comments, concerns?
I was just watching a little bit of that. I came in a little bit late, and I was like, what the hell is going on with this guy?
Yeah, yeah.
He just
dropped
like
the fucking ball, man.
Kissing this chick's ass because she's rich and famous.
Yep. You got it. I mean, that's all that was. This was not Kevin Samuels. Somebody stole that motherfucker's skin and impersonated him.
No, I think he just showed his real self, man.
I agree with you 100%. I was just being funny there. Just facetious. So, yeah, man. Is that it? You got any questions, comments, concerns? Or are we going to dump you off of here?
Well, I don't know.
You want to talk? What do you want to talk about?
Well, we were just talking about one thing. I can't remember what the hell it was now.
Kevin Samuels.
No. Before that.
Oh, shit. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Carhartt, Coke, Gillette. You know?
Oh,
all
yeah.
these
Well,
go woke companies. Be
yeah,
less
bye.
white. Force
Bye.
the poke.
You think that if somebody made their marketing campaign around be less black, that I wouldn't shit can them too? I sure would.
Damn right.
I sure would. Be less Asian.
You play that shit, I ain't going to give you any business.
I don't do that. You play race politics. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up. Make your product and put it on the shelf. That's all I want. I don't want a political lecture.
Yep. And just like actors, shut up, pretend to be somebody that actually does something, because all you do is pretend. And I don't give a damn what your opinion is on anything, because all you do is pretend. You ain't nobody.
What was the fucking Gary on Nerdrotic? I don't know if anybody watches Nerdrotic, but Gary calls them adult pretenders. And that's what they are.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's be real. These people do not need the position, the stature, the status that they have in life. They're not entitled to the influence that they have over the majority of the people on this planet. It's completely unfair to those people.
Yeah, there is no reason to hold them in esteem.
No. They're fucking actors. I mean, give me a break.
And all the shit that chick was saying, she's rich and famous, but she has no clue what the hell's going on.
No, she doesn't know who Kevin Samuels is, man. That's somebody that fucking handed her some little bullshit assignment for her to go and do her thing.
I'm talking about real life for anybody else, Kevin Samuels aside.
Agreed.
What she was saying, I feel like a man. The hell you do. You have no idea what it is to be a man. You got this pampered little bubble-wrapped life where everybody kisses your ass and says yes to you all the time.
True. That's not a joke. It's not a lie. That's exactly what it is. They live in a fucking bubble. But they have long been marketed as the new man, as the consumer driver. They're the driving force in consumerism.
Well, yeah. They're the ones that want to go buy everything. A man
Absolutely.
is going to go into the store and get the stuff he needs and get the fuck out, right? She's going to go in there and touch every damn piece of clothing in the store and take 3 hours figuring out what she wants and then walk out with a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, you ain't shitting, bro. They do. I got about 5 people sitting behind you, man. So we wrap this up, and thank you for coming in. I appreciate the hell out of you for taking your time.
Yeah, man. I'll talk with you later.
Yes, sir. We'll talk at you later. Peace. And I would like to welcome to the stream Successful Endeavors, Master Wrench. How you doing there, bro?
I'm doing all right, Hammer. How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. What you want to talk about?
All right. As far as the MGTOW content creator community, gentlemen, please post as much of your videos as you possibly can. You have no idea just how powerful that your voices are, because not only are you reaching the men of the United States, but you'd be amazed at the number of women that are actually watching the MGTOW content just to figure out what's going through the men's minds. And right now, we're all angry as hell. We want to know some answers. We want to know why the system feels compelled to screw men over on a daily basis. And it's like, at this point, if you're going to talk about communism and basically feminism is nothing more than Marxism in a skirt, then you might as well just get down to the dirty brass tacks of all this and just call it for what it is. And it's like, seeing Kevin Samuels just pull all of this is no surprise to me nor anybody else.
No,
but
not
seeing
anybody that was in
the
know.
MGTOW content creators, yeah, and you've said it many, many times before, they always expose themselves.
Yeah, they do. And like I said, you give them enough time, you give them enough rope, and they will get so comfortable with what they are doing that they will let their true self shine out. And this was a prime example of what Kevin Samuels really is. Kevin Samuels is not your fucking friend. He's an image consultant. He is a blue pill ideology embraced gynocentrist. That's what he is.
Yeah, he flat out stated that.
Yes, in so many words. Maybe not verbatim, but in so many words. That's exactly what he did. So questions, comments, concerns, Mr. Sir?
Yeah, I would just like to, once again, to plead with the MGTOW content creators to produce more content, because seriously, that's how come they go out of their way to try to silence us, because they understand just how powerful that everybody's words are. They understand everything that we're doing goes against their agenda, and it scares them to no end. And we've got to have more of this.
Absolutely.
Put the pressure on.
I agree.
Hammer,
100%.
thank you for allowing me to state my little opinion piece, and I'm out of here. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. I'd like to welcome to the stream In His Mind. How you doing, brother?
Doing good. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you turn your mic up just a little bit?
I'll just put it closer to my. I'll just put it closer to my mouth and I'll hold it. Get that.
There you go. What's going on? I see you're driving.
No, I'm in my car. When I normally do these videos on my channel, which touches more on the spiritual content ish, if anyone's interested, I usually do when I'm in the car driving because, in all honesty, I want to try to hit that sweet spot in the middle between something that is familiar to everyone, but also to indicate that there's change in our lives. It's kind of a subtle effect there, but it's something that hopefully some people will catch on because we're all in this journey together. You know, this thing called life. It's going to be a little different one.
Yeah, it's going to be different, man.
So first off, I want to thank you and thank everyone else who put their thoughts out there because honestly, even if we disagree, a lot of this is still very helpful and informative.
I agree with you. So questions, comments, concerns?
I do. I think people have mislabeled Kevin Samuels. His audience is generally towards those who generate him revenue as well as clicks. He's not clickbait, though. He seems to be somewhat real, somewhat genuine, even though he's specifically targeting Black women in the community. His points seem to be very spot on and accurate, and I do not think that he is... I don't think he has anything personal against the MGTOW community or those who are in it, but I think he's not focusing on them because it's a hot topic, so to speak, that has caused a lot of issues. And while I myself privately do support MGTOW, the thing is, I think it's all personal and very subjective. Each man has to choose whether or not they want to walk away or if they want to try to have a family, because I myself, I was adopted. So there's a lot there that speaks for, and now this is my angle right here personally. I've seen and have interacted with a lot of youth that have basically no father figure. And then there's also in today's world where there's a lot of men just getting screwed over. So, I mean, there's that, you get what I'm saying as far as there's family and then there's being away from all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as far as this, I think there's a lot that's relevant, but more for women than for men. That with Kevin.
Well, yeah, I can't disagree with that. I mean, it's definitely more for women than it is for men. If you disempower females right now, you're going to lose hundreds of billions of dollars, and that's what it comes down to, man. It's just a money game.
I absolutely dislike. I hate that word empower, and I hate the word vulnerability. Transparency is a much better word than vulnerability because it says, "Hey, look at me. This is what I'm doing. Take what you want, take what you need, but I am not hiding anything." Vulnerability is I'm against that because it specifically puts people in a very weak position where they cannot respond, retaliate, or to any other word that fits there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I understand where you're going with that, so sure.
So I think overall, even though Kevin Samuels is not contributing much to the manosphere as well and to MGTOW in general, I think he puts out a lot of good advice, and he does back some of it up with numbers and percentages, even though it's only relevant to the Black community. So,
well, he backs it up with numbers and statistics that serve gynocentrism.
Unfortunately, I think that is here to stay with frame country being changed.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. That's why I try to tell people don't look at that blue pill tidal wave, that tsunami of fucking cucks that are out there. Look at yourself. Take care of yourself, and you can. I hate to use this word, but you can divest from the fuckery.
Yeah. Either way, thank you for your letting me on here. Hopefully, we can talk more.
I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for coming on.
All right.
Peace, man. Thank you. Man, I always love talking to you guys. I think it's fantastic. Now we're going to who this? Chronic Blast. What's up, Chronic Blast? You there, brother? Oh, man, I think he went to sleep. That's all right. We'll get him back in here in a minute. Chris Mitchell. What's up, Chris?
Hello, sir. How are you today?
What's going on, brother?
Oh, nothing bad. Everything's good. Hanging out here with my little guy, but I just wanted to say hello to everybody in the channel and yourself. You want to say hi to Hammerhand?
Hey. How you doing, little man?
I put up a short the other day, and he was just watching you on my laptop. It was adorable. So,
yeah, I saw that. That was cute as hell, man.
So yeah, I just wanted to say also for the guys in the chat, later tonight, me and Dax we're going to have a stream to discuss a few topics like suicide and men's issues and addictions, and I was hoping you could all pop by.
Yes, sir. You guys hear that? If you got a link to that, give him a link, man. Throw it in the chat.
I think Rev's got a wrench he can throw in a link. I can't drop one right now.
Right on.
But yeah, thank you, sir, for everything you do, and we will listen to you later, and I'll get out of your hair.
I appreciate you, brother. Ain't got no hair, but I know what you mean.
I know what you mean. Awesome,
Peace,
brother.
Man. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, man, that's fantastic stuff. Oh, I think he's back. Who this?
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Testing. Got you, man. What's going on?
Awesome. How's it going? It's about time we talk. Man, to all you people that are half awake, let me tell you this. Kevin Samuels, like Dwayne McClain says, he's down with them boys. Why do you think he's pushing all these agendas, like literally just twisting people's minds, manipulating? Come on.
My man. Was that 8-ball good?
I'm laughing all the way to the bank. People are just coming this late to the game figuring this shit out. I mean, damn.
No, I don't think that's the case at all. A lot of people knew that Kevin was a line writer. A lot of people knew that, but this absolutely is dead ass proof that this fella is not on your side, man.
I mean, what was I gonna say? I mean, you got to have discernment with these people. You got to tell whether they have an agenda behind them, you know. And if they have that many views, and if you have to have a suit and a tie, obviously you're a fake alpha. You know?
Well, yeah, I agree with you 100%. I mean, there are some guys. Look, if YouTube wasn't suppressing content creators right now, that wouldn't even come into question. But because they're suppressing content creators right now, anybody that gets over 100,000 subs automatically has suspicion as far as I'm concerned. Now, I've seen a lot of these guys. They're great. They're awesome. They've worked into their role, but they still play the game.
Well, yeah, they do, because that's literally the only way you're gonna make money on YouTube. Because if you speak enough truth, if you don't spoon feed it to them, like you have to literally shill in a sense of like you can't just give them the full truth, like full blast, like Chronic Blast. And I went in hard in 2020 if people actually viewed my content. I went off of YouTube recently just because I got sick of the bullshit, because hardly anybody's engaging. The window for time has passed for the fully awake people to actually come together, and luckily I'm blessed to actually come to people like you and a whole bunch of other people. And I'm way past the point of just MGTOW. I'm actually learning the cheat codes of the Matrix, because I'm trying to free myself while everybody's still stuck on women. You know, I'm only 22 years old, so
yes, sir.
I'm trying to get ahead of the curve. You know what I'm saying? Like we got way bigger problems on our hands than women, so I'm just laughing my way to the bank at this point.
Agree. Like I say, women is they're on the tip of the spear that is being used to run men through.
You got to be straight up with them, but also fuck this monogamy bullshit. We're men. Seriously, be upfront with them from the jump. If they don't like it, they can go to hell. You got to be cold, like Steph is cold, for real.
Agreed. Steph is cold. Pretty good commentary, man. Pretty good commentary. I like that guy.
Oh, indeed. I mean, he's getting better by the day. I mean, he's just straight to the point when you need to know. Just like focus more on yourself than women. Just stay on your grind. I know it's the same rhetoric over and over again. But it's true in a sense that people actually just focus on themselves. Like people overcomplicate the simplest things, and they wonder why they have so many problems.
Well, they're being lied to. I mean, in every direction that you can imagine, they're being misled. They don't know their ass from a hole in the ground, and that's most people. You know, they don't have a good baseline to start from.
Hence why we're here, right?
That's exactly right. That's why we're here. So, questions, comments, concerns?
Not at the moment, man, but I just love, hey, it's about time we talked. Hey, man, just keep it up, bro.
Yes, sir.
We'll keep in touch.
Brother. We appreciate you.
Yeah, good talking to you finally. Take care.
Peace, man. We'll see you again.
For sure.
Peace. We got Ivan. Ivan coming to the house. What's up, Ivan?
Oh, guys, how's it going? You all right?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good. So I just wanted to say that I'm all the way across the pond. I'm Portuguese.
Nice to
And
meet you, man. So you're
yeah,
in
nice to meet
actual
you too. I've been watching
Portugal?
content. Sorry, come again?
You're in Portugal?
Well, I live in the UK actually, but I'm
Oh,
Portuguese.
gotcha.
So the thing is that I grew up in a communist town, in literally a town ran by the Communist Party, as the whole region where I grew up. And the similarities between communism and feminism is exactly one thing. Is feminism will look at women as the collective. They don't like individuality on women. If a woman wants to be, let's say, a housewife or wants to live a more traditional life, every other woman will pounce on her and will pounce on men that want traditional values, because they want to seek the collective. They want to collectivize everyone, and they don't want you to be an individual. They don't want to individualize that. And that's something that I guess you don't really have it in the US, like proper communism or a communist party like we have here in Portugal.
Oh, we do. They're called Democrats.
Well, fair enough. But you really need to pay attention to that, and you really need to pay attention. I guess you guys know what's happening in your universities and in society, where they want to collectivize everyone. They want to put it as in the men, women, black feminism, white feminism. That's why you see them all in fighting each other, and fighting all these fighting these oppression Olympics to see who gets to be on top. That's all the war for the destruction of the individual,
Agreed.
even within feminism itself.
May I ask you about, you don't have to say exactly, but about how old are you?
I'm in my 40s.
You're in your 40s, and this communist country that you said you were reared in, that was Portugal?
Yeah. So Portugal has been a democracy, in quotes, since 1974. It was
pretty
a
close to
fascist.
communism.
No, yeah, and we had a big rise in communism and socialism since then. I'll give you an example. We had elections at the end of the month, at the end of January. The Socialist Party was elected again with 42% of votes, and the Socialist Party and the Social Democrats, which are basically would be the equivalent of your corporate Democrats, they're all left-leaning, although they present themselves as center-right. They keep getting voted into parliament because they have the whole thing about promoting the collective and the useful vote and killing the individual to a T. They have that propaganda down to a T, and I see the exact same thing happening in the US. The destruction of the individual. They don't want you to be a person. They want you to be part of a collective, a cog in the machine, right?
Mhm.
And that's something that really scares me to see happen in a country like the United States, that up until not too long ago was the country of individualism, where a person, the whole thing about the American dream. And that's one of the things that they want to destroy, because the American dream, it's not just, it seeps out into the rest of the world. There's now a small movement of young liberals, of younger people that want to be liberal. They don't want big government. They don't want anyone to tell them what to do with their lives. They just want to live them. Right?
Agreed. 100%.
This
This isn't new over here, though. If you like people my age and a little bit older, we understand this has been going on for a long time. I mean, you can easily set 1958, 1960, roughly, and it's been a slow progression forward. And they sucked up all of the areas of interest that didn't concern anybody else because they didn't view them as important. And now all of those areas of interest, like the movies, nerd culture, music, it's all pushing it.
Yeah, exactly. They will push it through cultures. I think someone smarter than me said that politics is downstream of culture, and you see that happening a lot. And that happens a lot in Portugal. It's always been like that. They will promote a certain type of culture, a certain type of values. And when you question those values, like, for instance, why do you defend an ideology that has killed 100 million people in the last 100 million years? They will become complete denialists of any Holocaust. They'll become full-on Holocaust deniers. And it's quite impressive to see someone defend an ideology it's all about the people and the individual. But when you question about the harm that it's done to people, they will reject any conversation regarding that. And if you look at feminism, it's just about the same thing. If you question a feminist regarding the harms that feminism has done to society, they will reject that conversation as a matter of principle, because it does not fit. Questioning does not fit the ideology. A communist party does not have elections. They don't elect their leaders. They appoint their leaders.
Agreed.
So there is no real meritocracy in communism. And you see that in feminism as well. It's the most oppressed.
Makes you wonder what's going on with some of our court appointees out here, especially the Supreme Court. None of them were elected.
Exactly. The
You
same
know?
thing with European Union. European
Yeah,
Union leaders, they're not
Brussels.
elected.
Yeah, Brussels is the same way. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
it. They're not elected. Just a bunch of
Yeah.
fucking bureaucrats.
Yeah. I'm gonna let everyone else in. I just wanted to say one thing about Kevin Samuels is that my first interaction with him was a few years back when he was trying to promote himself as an image consultant and as a business consultant. And I was on one of his live streams. He was talking about how he had a bunch of businesses and he had a bunch of stakes in different steak houses and this and that. And I live in London, so I know a lot of people in finance, and a lot of things that he was saying do not correlate with what I know from people that actually work in finance. And I sort of questioned him about it, and he blocked me from his chat. I
It
ended up
doesn't
leaving,
surprise you.
and this
Doesn't
was years
surprise you,
ago.
does it?
No, that's surprising. This was years ago, before even talking about even doing all these interviews. He blew up. I think he had about 100K
Yeah.
at the time. So
Yeah.
he's always rubbed me the wrong way. And honestly, to all young black men out there, just don't listen to him. He's not an example. He's not an
No,
example.
he's
I'm
not.
sorry, but he's not.
He is an infiltrator and he's an agent, and we know that he is that.
Yeah. That's why I never really went, and you always rubbed me the wrong way. And that's it.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on, bro. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Peace.
Cheers.
Peace. Oh, man. Always good to hear from our brothers across the pond. Make no mistake, gentlemen, MGTOW, the Red Pill Monks, it's worldwide. It's everywhere. And it's not going to stop. I'd like to welcome to the stream, The Fish Got Nukes. What's going on, sir?
Yo, man. Can you hear me?
Yo, man. Yo.
I just want to thank you for responding to my emails. I figured I'd hop on, see what's up.
I appreciate you, man.
I don't
So
know if you want to
questions,
stick
comments,
to the topic
concerns?
or just
No, it's okay,
share
man.
my
You
story.
say what you want to say.
Well, yeah. My life's been a gynocentric hellscape since my parents got divorced. It was pretty bad, man.
Yeah. Well, how long ago was that?
That was a while ago. I'm a grown man now. But I think my first red pill was when I witnessed my mom chasing my dad around the backyard, hitting him. The cops show up. They start slapping the cuffs on my dad, and I tell the cop, hey, he didn't hit her at all. I saw the whole thing, and he just does it anyway. And,
yeah.
It's...
Do you know why that happens?
Because I guess it's because they just don't want to put their hands on a woman or something.
No, it's feminist law or feminist dogma that was pushed into law. It's called the Duluth Power Wheel, which mandates that if there's a domestic abuse claim, if there's a domestic call, sight unseen, the officers don't have to know anything about it. When they show up, somebody goes to jail. And because the Duluth Power Wheel was pushed into these organizations, especially all of your police organizations, it stated that the man was the aggressor in almost every instance that could be imagined. So it's always the man that is going to get the cuffs put on him. If the guy was being shot to death, they would still cuff him and question her.
Right. I guess they don't take the word of a kid into account.
No, because it's law. Your word doesn't mean anything. If there were adults there, they would have a hard time deviating from established law. The Duluth Power Wheel is established law.
I think I have heard of that Duluth before. Yeah. And then, they get divorced. My mom brainwashed my little brother, and he don't talk to him. And I got a lot of messed up stories, man. I won't waste your time, I guess.
No, you're good. It's not a waste of time. It's hard to get to the
to talk about sometimes.
Where sure. And it's hard to get to the point where you can really get a good grasp on this and understand it and figure out why these things are happening. It's tough to wrap your mind around the fact that it's a construct and it's made to harm a certain demographic. It's made to disenfranchise men.
Yeah, I'm worried about my little brother because he got married and he doesn't know anything. So, yeah.
You can only hope that it goes well. I mean, once you sign that contract, once you sign on the dotted line, when you tell some people that it's a contract with the state, they look at you stupid. They don't believe you. It's a contract with the state. And it's a tough deal. You immediately take that 3-party contract and you put yourself on the bottom of that totem pole. Then it's government, wife, husband.
Yeah. Yeah. And then at the job, I get to the job, right? I was there for 7 years. I was a quality control technician, right? And you know, I was there for 7 years, and then the manager dies, and they hire this lesbian off the street.
Yep.
Instead of picking me, and it's just, I don't know what people expect. I mean, I'm unemployed right now, so I don't feel bad about it either.
No, I mean, I can't say that I would. I mean, only you know what's going to go on in your life as far as employment or not. But the same thing happened at my former employer down the road here. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there that were very qualified to do the job that she got moved into, but she was that 100-pound, short haircut, butchy kind of dyke. And they put her in that position, and they trained her from the ground up because she fit a box. She checked off a box for them.
Right.
You know, it's rough, boy, knowing that people are being pushed ahead of you when you've put in years.
Yeah.
You know, that's
frustrating.
rough. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Black
I guess
Trunks in the chat says, keep your head up, bro.
All right, thanks, Black.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you coming on, bro.
All right, man. I guess I'll leave you to it. I'll stop at another time, perhaps.
No, holler, man. Anytime.
Thanks, Hammer. Have a good one,
Yes,
man.
sir. Peace, man. You too. Gentlemen, it always breaks my heart to hear that shit. It does. I don't like to see anybody without life options. But more than that, when men recognize, when they wake up and they see that these A, B's, and C's, all of the alphabet community, no matter who, what, when, and where, are being pushed in front of them, that your time on the job doesn't mean jack shit. It doesn't mean anything. That's a bad deal, man. That's a tough reckoning to come across and resolve. Lord Pepsi in the house. What's up, Lord Pepsi?
Hey, what's up, Hammerhound?
Zero, brother. Chilling. Questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, I'm coming out from Southern California, and I know the Brute is like we're talking about, we're worldwide. And I like to think of SoCal, LA, Hollywood as being, I think of it as a central hub because I've been around enough to realize that there's a lot going out here in culturally, societally, or in LA, and it's like the hellhole of it, like the thick of it all. And I navigate through it, and I see all this going on, and I'm like, damn, there's all these weak men and Kevin Samuels and other gurus, let's just say that, giving this modern mainstream advice that's kind of simpy, and that's what I'm grateful for having all you brothers out here, yourself, the Warband Undead, Manic, everyone, just people listening. It's like, we just gotta keep together and watch out for these other people that we gotta vet as coming into here, coming kind of like gatekeeping, like you're talking about. And some words of motivation, we get through it, and we check each other, when we need to appropriately, and just, speak on it and keep on it. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate the hell out of you, brother. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it.
All right. Goodbye.
Thank you, man. Peace. You going to tell me that it's not out there? I'm going to tell you that you're wrong. Everybody knows. Well, let me take that back. Everybody might have an idea. They might have an idea. They know that there's something not right. And those are the people that are just coming in contact with these concepts. Guys like us, we know what it is. We know what time it is. And we also know that there are people on the other side of things working very, very hard to undermine us. So that's something that we got to think about too. I'd like to welcome White Void to the channel. What's up, White Void?
Hey, what's up, man?
Zero.
Finally, great to
questions,
talk to you,
comments,
man.
concerns. What's up?
Well, I wanted to bring up something. I'm an 8-year veteran in the U.S. military, and I did
Yes, sir.
make a video about it recently about the bullshit politics that have been going on, like the identity politics, like prominent now, fucking prominent.
Yes, sir.
And I was in a leadership position. I got fired from that leadership position, and one of the people who replaced me was a female, believe it or not.
I believe it.
Did not know jack shit about the craft, and was pretty much did everything that I was accused of, which was bullshit, and did the same thing.
Yeah.
And
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, no, they considered her to be this headstrong, powerful leader, while I was considered as a try-hard power tripper.
Well, when people see women being belligerent, they often confuse their belligerence for strength, and it's not strength. They have a chip on their shoulder. They have a grudge when they walk in there. They've been told that they're going to be treated as less than, that they've got to work harder, which is bullshit. It's not the truth. You just got to work to the standard that most men put out, and most of them are not capable. They can't.
I've noticed that, and it took me a while to fucking see it, because I used to be like this, before I joined 8 years ago. That I was just this, socially backwards fucking moron that would be like, oh yeah, women are fine. Women, and the military has helped me see that, and I've seen the bullshit. I have seen the fucking bullshit.
It's there, brother. I mean, you listen to a lot. I don't know how many former vets you might listen to on YouTube or Insta or any of these other social media sites, but there's more than one, more than 1,000 that will tell you the same thing. Once they get out, they're glad that they're out.
Oh yeah, no, a lot. I've talked to a lot of vets, and they said, "Thank God I got the fuck out."
Yeah, the military is in deep shit. When you have people like what's his face, that general, I can't remember his name, General Milley.
Oh yeah, Milley, the chairman of the Chief Joint of Staff.
Yeah,
Fuck that
the
guy.
chairman, and then he's gone to school with the Transformer, Rachel Levine. They were at the same fucking school on the same football team. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You couldn't write that and have people believe that shit.
It's a fucking shame. But I just wanted to share. I just wanted to share that with you and your audience, because that was kind of like my MGTOW moment, and it was great to talk to you. Yeah, keep doing God's work, man.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for stopping in.
Thank you.
Peace, man. Peace.
Peace.
And we're getting them in here today, boys. We're getting them in here today. One Fast Dak, my man, welcome to the stream.
Hello, brother. How are you doing, sir?
I'm chilling, man. Hey, man, you anywhere near any of those convoys?
Yeah, we had some go through Edmonton here. Last couple of days, there was a whole pile of trucks that went by heading for Ottawa.
Edmonton, you're way out there on the West Coast?
Yeah, I'm Edmonton, Alberta.
Yep. So, just so the guys in the chat know where Edmonton's at.
Yeah, definitely. Just wanted to thank you for all the words you said about it, and all the kind words the chat has said about it. We need all the support we can get up here, man.
Yeah, there's no doubt. This is not going to end well. You know that, right?
Yeah, no, it's not. He's already kind of threatened under his under his breath to call in the military. So we're just kind of waiting for that to go down.
Well, the second that any troops show up, it's going to pop off.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's going to pop off. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be fucking ugly. It's going to be ugly. You cannot do this to people. You cannot forcibly inject people with what you think is good for them. That's like telling people that they have to have circumcisions. They have to have their clits cut out. No, you cannot do that. And Mr. Trudeau, I think that Trudeau's going to get reelected. I don't think that the Canadians got enough to get him out.
Yeah, well, I'd have to agree with you there. I hope not. Like all of us in the West are of course dead against them, but it's those few seats that all those seats they have in the East that kind of screw us in the West, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, we got the French Canadians don't much care for them. The Quebecers, do they, or do they roll with them?
Well, no, they kind of roll with them, but that's all that's changing right now. It's really changing right now, big time. And we have that new guy, Pierre Pellier. I think he's running for prime minister. He wants to. And, from what I've seen, he's, a lot better than Trudeau, but, we're just going to replace bad with worse. So,
yes, I'm sorry for anybody that's actually invested somewhat in the political landscape, because they're becoming aware very slowly that it's just one big fucking black hole. Uh-oh. Did my man bail? Uh-oh, something bailed out. I think his mic quit. That's all right. That's all right, Fast Deck. I got you, bro. We'll get you back in here at a later date. You there?
Yeah, I'm there. Sorry, my phone went off.
That's all right. That's all right. I got you. So did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, loud and clear. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, we're going out ice fishing tomorrow. We're gonna go loaded. See if we can't find Trudeau bumming around somewhere.
Yeah.
Just to see how he is. Just to see if he's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No fucking doubt, man. Hey, you don't want him to get the Delta Grady violent, do you?
Yeah, well, that'd be horrible. That'd be horrible.
Fucking guy. Like I said, these people will push this all the way to the point where their heads are on fucking spikes sitting out in front of the buildings. It's not going to go much farther.
No, it won't. No, definitely not.
It's not going to coming up on 3 fucking years of this shit.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's so pathetic. Like, I mean, we got the vax passports on our phone. Like I can't even go to a funeral, man. I can't even go to a bloody funeral.
Yeah. I've heard of that. It's not nearly that bad here. The fucking the blue states, it's spotty. Like New York and certain parts of California are really fucked up, but it's not nearly that bad here.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
all right, brother.
All right, man. Thank you.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks.
All right. Take care. See you later.
Peace, bro. Peace. Oh man, we got Eric. Eric Zombro. Eric Zombro. What's up, homeboy?
Hey, Ham. I just wanted to thank you for your content, brother. And
I appreciate you.
oh no problem. But I used to be NYPD, and everyone that was talking about the Duluth model in the chat, it's insidious. It's evil. I've seen guys with bruises on their faces that our supervisors ordered us to lock them up, and it's just. I should go to hell for even locking them up and doing it. But I mean, holy cow.
I don't know, man. For me, I would have quit the job.
But you get backed into a corner. But either way you go, as everyone was saying in the chat, the Duluth model is insidious, and it was, as one guy posted, a feminist accomplishment. So
yeah, it is. It was tremendous. That was Tom. It's a tremendous feminist accomplishment when people like Catherine McKinnon are able to push that shit through in law and make men the bad guy, regardless of who initiated. It doesn't make a difference. Yeah, that's what they do.
The man is always removed, even if he owns the house and the woman is just there as a,
That's right. And now you have all of these fucking legal eagles, these fucking dogs out here, these attorneys that push women into saying, hey, maybe we could just say that he just punched you up a little bit, or that you're afraid of him. Yeah, if you're afraid of him, we can get a fucking order.
Yeah, my divorce lawyer told me to expect that. He told me, and I had to pay for a psychologist to be on retainer during my divorce, because he said that now the game plan is that they make accusations, of abuse, of all sorts of, from sex abuse to, physical violence.
It's part of the game plan now. It doesn't matter if it actually happened. It's just what they do.
Exactly. It's what they do to get custody. He even said expect her to file an order of protection.
Yeah. But, yeah. And if the bitches have a compromised moral or ethical set, they'll do it.
Oh God, yeah. My ex didn't, but he said, 9 times out of 10 they will. But and there was another guy in the chat, Mr. Pliskin, who wrote that there was 50,000 laws in the United States regarding, domestic violence. They just
saw that pop up about a year ago.
They just did a study of, I think, a couple of months ago. It's if you add in not just the laws, but like the ordinances and the administrative codes, it's between 75,000 and 85,000 just in the United States. If you add in Canada,
unbelievable.
If you add in Canada, it's about 160,000.
You're going to tell me that that's not a system that's designed to snare people? It's not designed to keep you safe. It's designed to trap you.
It's designed to trap you and destroy you.
Absolutely, man. Once you get into the gears of the fucking machinery, it's hard to get out.
Yes, it is. Yeah, but listen, I'll let someone else jump in. But just wanted to thank you for your content and just give my opinion on the Duluth model. God bless, buddy.
I appreciate you, Eric. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Gentlemen, give me a couple of seconds here. I'm going to jump out. I'm going to grab me a drink refill, go drain the main vein, and I will be right back. We are back, and I'm sorry for the little break there, guys, but can't hold it that long when I'm putting down 44 ounces at a time. MGTOW Infinium, welcome to the stream.
Hello, Hammerhand. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I got you. What's up?
Okay. Just wanted to say thank you for everything that you're doing, brother, and to keep up the good work, and just to send a word of encouragement to all the brothers who are doing content to keep up what you're doing, because it is having an effect. It is working, even though certain, I guess, overlords would say no to that. But other than that, I just want to say thank you for what you're doing, and just send out a word of encouragement to all the brothers out there that are fighting a good fight.
Man, that's hella good. That's very nice of you. I appreciate you calling in.
Okay, brother. Talk to you later.
Peace, my man. Peace, peace. Goodness, we got some good callers in here tonight, man. I really appreciate the hell out of y'all. Welcome to the stream, Devin, Alistair. Devin.
Brother man, how are you?
I'm chilling, bro, chilling. Just sitting here entertaining you folks. What's up?
Well, first of all, I love what you do. Great taste in music, too. Always dig the music that you upload.
Hey.
Listen, I just want to say, when I was a kid, I thought I was this big rebel, but given what's going on right now, I got to say, my defiance is righteous, brother. This stance I've taken is like no stance, and it's all of our stances, really. It's not just for me.
I agree with you.
But it has not been without its consequences. I've lost friends and I've lost family. I don't know if I'll ever get them back, and if I do, we'll never get that old paradigm back of what our old friendship used to be.
No, you won't. And even if they come back, it's going to be different. The night 2016, when election night went off, I had 45 people drop me that night.
Wow.
45. And that's probably a lot less than a lot of people. But it was 45 of them, people that I had known for 10 and 15 years.
Yeah, it's sickening. Yeah, 15, 20 years. Like, really? Over this? And it says more about them than it does us.
That's right. And what they did was they actually highlighted the sickness in the culture. And I didn't lose a moment's sleep about it. I wasn't
Absolutely.
sad. I wasn't put off by it. I said, if you're going to go, it's all good. You know, do what you want to do, because I'm doing what I want to do.
Absolutely.
So questions,
anyway.
comments, concerns?
No, sir. That's all I want to say. God bless all of you out there. Keep up the fight, good men. And yeah, keep striving forward. We are making a difference.
I know that. And no matter how much they try to oppress or suppress that message, there will come a tipping point where you're going to see this shit happen, and it's going to be a deluge. And folks aren't going to understand what's going on. And that's because your tech overlords have been holding this back for years.
Yes, sir.
So, yes, sir. You have a good
All
night,
right.
bro.
Take care. You too. God
Yes,
bless.
sir. Peace. Peace. God bless. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Who we got in the stream? Hidden MGTOW. What's going on?
Oh,
Hidden?
hey. How you doing, Mr. Hammerhand?
Sorry about that long wait, brother. I'm doing
Oh,
great.
no problem. Everybody got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yes, sir. So what's up, man? Questions, comments, concerns?
Actually, I heard you talking about the trucker thing, so I just wanted to give you guys some heads up about stuff just because I'm actually in Ottawa and checking it out.
So what's up?
Well, a little bit about what happened over in the West Coast, because they actually had truckers do a blockade at the American border.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't actually like they weren't blocking, but they were letting traffic through.
Right.
But it was very small amount. Well, the police decided, okay, we're gonna make our move, so they boxed the truckers in. This is a few days ago now.
Yeah.
And they just figured they were just gonna start arresting the truckers and move the trucks themselves because the tow truck drivers wouldn't help.
I know.
So
when they tried to block off all the farmers out there, the farmers just gave them the fucking finger and went through anyway.
yeah, well, this is the second half of that, because when they went through to go and help the truckers. So what happened is they actually did a pincer on the cops. When the cops went in to go and do their thing, all the farmers came through the fields and blocked behind the cops. So now the cops are actually in the middle of it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, but
especially with all the manipulation that is going on with,
exactly.
with state-run agriculture, that the
Mhm.
state-run manipulation for agriculture is going on here in the United States. They're
Yep.
paying farmers 1.5 times the value of their crops for the last 2 years to destroy the fucking crops.
exactly. And
You
that's
know what's
good
going
old
on.
Marxism again.
Oh yeah, man. You know what's going on. You know what's
Yeah.
I know what's going on, and it's only going to be a matter of time. And I'm sorry to see all of the people that are going to get fucked over, but
Yeah.
there's going to be a bunch of them.
So after that happened, Brian Peckford came out, who happens to be the last surviving drafter of our Constitution, because we do have a Constitution. That's a myth that we don't have one.
Yes, sir.
The last surviving drafter of that is actually suing the federal government.
They need to.
For infracting on that. So basically, it was called the Constitution Act 2 of 1982. It's the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. They actually broke just about every law that's in there. Association, mobility, discrimination. Actually, the same thing with the Geneva Convention.
Just goes to show you that these people don't mean what they say. They don't mean
Yeah.
what they put down in writing when they're trying to ingratiate themselves to a population or to the public at large. They don't give a goddamn, pardon my language, they don't give a fuck about these people out here. They don't care nothing about them. They just see you as a number, a tax stamp. That's it.
Well, that's just it. The police here in Ottawa are telling the truckers, they're like, okay, you've made your point. It's time for you to go home, which...
Yeah.
We're not in a dictatorship, so you don't tell the protest when to stop, which is
Good
hilarious.
luck.
But my comment to that is just tell them that you're flattening the curve.
Yeah,
Could be a
man.
while.
Hey, it'll only take us about 12 months to flatten the curve. Then we'll
yeah.
move.
Yeah.
You know, when I saw a few videos that are being posted on some of these rebel channels, and it shows people that are coming out of their homes and they're delivering
Mhm.
food and fuel
Mhm.
to these truckers. And I couldn't be any more proud of those Canadians. You know,
And
I
low
have
key, the
regarded
cops too.
Canadians for a long time to be really decent folk, and it was surprising to see how fast this shit swept through the population.
Well, exactly. You can only push us so far, and then watch out. Like we were in World War II.
I agree. You know, a lot of us
Yeah.
were, and I personally was not. But I mean, you know how it is. I mean, we have relatives and people that are in there, and yeah.
So the latest news out of downtown right now is there's a block party going on, and it's awesome.
Good. I'm sorry for those folks
Yeah.
that can't sleep, but this is the
Wow.
price that you
They're
pay
in
when
front
you
of
endorse
Parliament.
tyranny. You know.
The people that are living there are actually like blocks and blocks away. So
Oh
it's-
well, good. I
Plus,
don't want to.
they're not honking at night.
Sometimes it's going to be uncomfortable to fight for your freedom.
So I guess the cops' next move now is they've told the truckers, and I just heard this tonight at the block party. Yeah, the truckers are not going to get their gas through anymore. The cops are going to block them from getting their diesel for their trucks. So
good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
all
That's
I gotta-
basically what the guy
good
says.
luck.
He says, "We're all just going to comply," and everybody's like, So we're all going to comply, but we're going to remain Canadian. So
Good luck. You wait until it starts to. If something like this starts to happen in this country, it's going to get ugly faster than you can believe.
Well, here's the thing. They've got cops from all other cities in Ontario coming to help them because they don't have the manpower.
Hmm.
And so
I know
they
that.
figure we got to make this move now, because what's happening is all around the country now, truckers are taking over their own cities. So those cops are going to have to go back to their own city just to bolster their own numbers. And it's not going to be so easy for Ottawa to control this anymore.
No, it's not going to be. And
No.
we know what's going down, and we know how it's going to go. It's just it's going to be they say that the truckers have to outweight Trudeau, or Trudeau has to
Mhm.
outweight them. I don't think that that's going to be the case. I think that this is going to be over long before rations start to get dry. I think that they will negotiate Trudeau's exit. Although
Yeah.
I said earlier that I feel like he's going to be reelected, I don't think that the general populace is going to be able to tolerate this.
I don't think. Well, what's happening is the Conservative Party, they had O'Toole as their leader, and everybody basically knew that this guy was the conservative version of Justin. And whenever they did the elections here, they kept one party out of the debates, which was the People's Party. And when they asked all of the leaders, they said, "Would you do mandates and lockdowns and digital passports?" They all said yes.
Yeah,
so
of
that
course they did.
gave us nobody to vote for. So that's why the election went the way it did.
Yeah.
Except for the people that knew about the People's Party, and their numbers rose to the point where that party got over 1 million votes and was bigger than the Green Party, even though they got I think they got 2 seats in the Green Party. So
Yeah.
they have no choice but to hear them now.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe
And-
it 100%. It's fascinating to see what's going on with world politics, especially in the West.
The last thing I'll say is just Pierre Poilievre is the new guy that's probably going to be dealing with. They haven't done the leadership yet, but he's probably the guy that's going to take it over because everybody wants him to. Just want people to remember this is still a bait and switch. So if you were
Of
going to
course it
vote
is.
People's Party to make that difference, do it again. And I don't
Yeah.
usually talk politics like that, but I just have to say this is our only chance to stand up to it.
Well, look.
Because
I'm
the
gonna go a little
truckers
bit
said we're not
outside of-
leaving until the mandates are done. Doesn't matter about Trudeau or whoever it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little outside the box on that thought. It might be your only political avenue left that you can see, but there are avenues outside of politics, and unfortunately, they're just bloody.
Exactly.
So I'm going to call it the way that it is. When you push people and you try to pigeonhole them into these spots that these fucking idiot governments are trying to do right now, you're going to end up getting fucking killed. They're going to end up getting killed. So if that's what
a
they
lot of them
want-
are seeing the light. Like it's really funny because everybody around the world says Canadians are polite and they don't. Sure, but when we get back in the corner, we come out in numbers, and
That's right.
everybody notices now, wow, okay, things are bad enough that the Canadians are fighting back. Maybe we need to do something. So it's actually, there's trucker convoys worldwide now.
Yeah, we need to ship some of y'all to Australia and have them fucking kick it for a while. They need to really get shit moving down
I
there.
saw the Australian news, and they were saying, do you think it's bad in Australia? Look at Canada. I'm like, what the fuck? Wow.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
We're in the news. Anyways, I guess I'll let you go, let someone else in. But I just wanted to give you that update on what's going on. Things haven't stopped, and things aren't going to stop anytime soon.
I didn't think that they would, and thanks for popping in. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
Appreciate you, bro. Well, you hear that, gents? It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Your mainstream media isn't going to tell you about it, though, are they? Your ABCs, your NBCs, CBS, CBCs, the BBC, they're not going to tell you about it. They're not going to say nothing. Not until somebody is burning their fucking place down. I am not one for having that kind of shit happen. I would hope that we could resolve it. But when you cede power to these people that seek it, it never ends good. It's never going to end good. And this is a long way from where we started with this podcast, with Kevin Samuels basically showing all of you that invested your time and your effort, and some of you, your super chats, you picked the wrong horse. You have to be more discerning, a lot more discerning when it comes to these folks, man. You have to be. Every person that drops a red pill nugget is not a student of the red pill or MGTOW or monks. They're just not. Watch their content. Listen to their past streams. Look them up. Look up their collabs. Look at the stuff that they've done. Listen to what they say. I know some of it's repulsive, some of it's repugnant, but you got to listen. You have to be able to judge these folks on their body of work. When their body of work is going from A to B to C to D, you know that they're jumping from spot to spot to spot, trying to figure out what works to get them paid. Kevin Samuels finally figured out what works to get him paid. There's a shit ton of people that use and abuse folks in the manosphere. Like I said, a great big blue pill cake with red pill icing. It tastes really fucking good, them first couple of slices. But after that, what is it? It's the same old fucking same. You're in the same spot, doing the same shit, getting fucked over, same way as you were before. Johnny Cush, check here. The restrictions are indeed scheduled to end on the 9th, but I'm still going to keep an eye on things. Yeah. Yeah, and everybody knows that Boris Johnson shut it down in the UK, but it wasn't out of the goodness of his heart. Trini MGTOW, just imagine if the people who maintain the grid shut the power off to just the government buildings. Well, considering they're the ones that you're catching out all the fucking time now, constantly. Put on your mask, get your faggot fucking shots, go over there and do this, that, and the other. And they're not doing any of it. How many fucking photo ops and pictures have you seen with somebody getting a fake jab where the fucking cap is still on the needle? Or they're injecting them with saline or water. Or not injecting them at all, fake ass injecting them. I've seen too many instances for it. It's unbelievable to me that people actually bite down on this shit. That they're the chicken shits that they actually are. We don't engineer greatness and excellence in this country anymore. We turn out cowards by the millions. We turn out enablers. That's what we do. And even those of us that consider ourselves to be righteous, if you just sit back and you take that in, you're kind of complicit. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and get your fire sticks and go burn down City Hall. I can't tell you anything. All I'm telling you is, out of my own personal experience, there's a lot of people out here that talk one way and act another. That's a good one right there. Anolfo Lantigua, morality of the human cattle. How many of you understand what chattel is? Look up what chattel is. You'll have to do a little bit of reading. Compare and contrast chattel with what you currently are, with your rights. And you'll find out real fucking fast that you're one step above them. Barely. Mr. Pliskin, 488 in the box. Man, that's amazing. That is amazing. I can't believe that. That's crazy shit. Who are all of you insane individuals that are out here doing this thing right now? I can't believe it. Can't believe it. Thank you for tuning in. 687 Fonzies. Hey, yo, that's unreal. How did that happen? Oh, it's my pleasure one more again to host all of you. And I hope that you got out of this what I wanted you to get out of this, which was a fair perspective of people that have been elevated to a position that they don't deserve. And that is not their fucking fault. That is your fault. That's your fault for gravitating to these folks because they drop one or two red pills and you're like, oh, this motherfucker's fire. He's the truth. Except he's not. What he does is he enables your ability to hope against hope. That's what he does. And he targets women. And that's why you like it. He puts these stupid broads on blast that call in. He has a distinct intellectual advantage over them. But you saw what happened when he had another hood, ratchet-ass bitch call in who just happens to have $1 billion in the bank. Different story, wasn't it? Yeah, it's a different story. Altogether. Placebo effect. My shit went and jumped. Laughing at the downfall of CNN and Jeff Zucker. Jeff Zucker, relationship fucker. Chris Cuomo. We're going to go target political enemies. We're going to dig up dirt on people that are accusing my brother. Jeffrey Toobin. Jack off. Jeffrey Toobin. On a Zoom call. CNN should fire every employee and burn the fucking building to the ground. The only difference between CNN and Fox and MSNBC and all of these other idiot talking heads is that CNN got comfortable. They got caught. The ones that are saying all of this shit that you want to hear, keep a close eye on them. Fox is on top of that deal right now, but Fox is just a less lethal snake. Don't misunderstand it. Fox is just a less lethal snake. MGTOW Live, be right back. All right, man. We'll be here for another couple of minutes. I think we're gonna finish this one off at about 2.5 hours. Early Kyler, oh shit! Nice to see you here as well, sir. At one fast Dak, Dom Grindrod, Kevin Samuels, the fashion simp. Well, it is fashion, right? I mean, come on. Tim Elgato, call me special, but you could see KS is a grifter, all about money with him not helping men. Well, we kind of called it, didn't we? We kind of called it. Don, the sovereign citizen. I was busting up laughing when I heard how much Facebook stock tanked. I hope that they fucking burn to a cinder. Meta. Meta. Go get your ocular headset that's not an ocular headset anymore. So they decided in their infinite fucking wisdom that they were going to rename Oculus. Oculus is a very recognizable brand, but they want it all under one roof, Hammer. Okay, well, if the roof falls in, don't blame me. 24% of their total value. Billions in the wood chipper. What happened to YouTube a couple of years ago? They lost $70 billion worth of market cap. A record fine for not enforcing COPPA. And where are they now? They didn't even feel that shit. It wasn't even a speed bump because people can't stay off of their addictions. Folks recognize cigarettes and alcohol, heroin, needles, junkie shit as an addiction, food, sex. They don't recognize media as an addiction. What were the stats that I just heard on YouTube? Something like 1 billion hours of content viewed every day. Now, don't hold me to that, but I think that they said every day. 1 billion hours every day. That's an addiction problem, folks. That's a big fucking problem. I don't know what to say. I really don't. Fangroth. I was cutting my hair and the staff asked me how I survived the Facebook shutdown. And I was like, I don't have Facebook. I said the same thing. Fleming Lawson. Meta got a burn to a crisp. Fuck Meta. Fuck Meta. Fuck Facebook. I jumped off Facebook 2 years ago. They do too much evil shit. They take advantage of you. Am I getting paid for all of that fucking info? Nope. So eat a dick. I don't want nothing to do with that shit. Craig Furness, at Hammerhand, to quote the Joker, it's not about the money. It's about sending a message. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. I agree with you. 100%. Eric Zombro, insane. Long business. I've arrested women for family violence as well as for lying on their husband and boyfriend. FV advocates don't like it, but they are good folks. But there are good folks in the LE community doing things fairly. I hope so, because it often does not seem that way, especially when you have media publicizing one side of it. Kind of rough out there. Warlock Bathory, all media is an addiction, especially Netflix. Knowlton Domingue, did I get Domingue? 240 billion, boss man. $240 billion. 24% of their market cap disappeared. Fucking amazing. Amazing that that's 24% of your market cap. Now do you understand? Now do you understand why big tech, why these tech oligarchs are stronger than your governments? It would take a coordinated effort by the U.S. government and the British government to take down, shall I say, any of these tech oligarchs. They sit in seats of inscrutable power. And they absolutely believe that no one can touch them. And for the most part, they're kind of right. Nintendo gal, that's because they really hated Palmer Luckey and what he stood for and had to try to erase what he built with the Oculus brand. That I don't know about, but I'll have to take your word on that one. DB Cooper, next thing, making money, crypto in metaverse gaming. Well, they'll try. They'll try to. I'd like to welcome to the stream Judgment Wolf. What's up, Judgment? You there, brother? Uh-oh. Well, we ain't getting you, man. I'm going to boot you, and if you want to come back in, come on back in. And get that mic turned on. Mr. Pliskin never had a Facebook. Call me Snake. Early Kyler? I fucked that up. Sorry about that. I was just giving props for Hammer's channel. Is that right? At One Fast Act. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you. Trini MGTOW, crypto goes out when the power does. That's right. That's right. But until the power goes out, crypto is a thing. It's not going anywhere. I have my thoughts on this. I think personally that crypto is a thing that the government is going to try to buy. They're going to buy as much as they can, and they'll try to flex as much as they can, and they'll just hoard it. There will be some people out here who will hodl for dear life. They will not let go of their crypto, and they'll use it, and that's good. It's not a bad thing. But yeah. Reaper Black Pill, haven't had Facebook in 5 years. You lucky, lucky man. You know, the only thing that I found on Facebook that was worth a shit was the like the little private groups, you know, like model building groups or photography groups, things like that. That's the only thing that I liked about Facebook. Everything else was real bullshit. It was just junk. Judgment Wolf is in the house. What's up, Judgment? Uh-oh. Don't get mad, sir. Don't get mad. Let me see. Is your mic on? Yeah, well. Says that your mic is on, my man. So that's all right. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't freak out. Sometimes that just happens when you're trying to get in here and do some stuff that you've never done on a site like this before. I don't know if you have or have not, but it just is what it is. Kwai Chang Kang. I spend a lot of time on YouTube. I do too, obviously. Rib Grunt at Hammerhand. Thanks for the wrench, brother. You're welcome, Rib. You earned it. You're absolutely dedicated. You're stalwart, and that's what I look for, man. Is people that participate in the program, the show, the chat. If you're engaged here, brother, I try to hand you something. It's not much, but if I trust you with it, it means a lot to me. So thank you. I appreciate you. Timothy Sokol, with millions of chattel on tap, losing millions is just another day. I agree. DB Cooper, get on Telegram. I fucking hate Telegram. I know everybody is like, get on, go to Getter. Nah. I've got enough to do. I don't want to try to maintain 10 different fucking alt sites. You know, my Odyssey has been up for a year and there's 600 people sub to it. You know what I'm saying? So 700 videos over there and there's 600 people sub to it. So I don't know what to say, man. Folks, they push you to get that shit. And then they don't want to do anything with it. So, but I can't lie. My BitChute had a pretty good following. It's pretty good. My MGTOW TV had a pretty good following. You know, it was one of the tops over there. So it's just too much for me to maintain by myself. I just can't do it. And I don't trust other people to do it. I don't want other fingers in the pie. So we'll just do it this way and see what happens. James Alexander, I got off all social media years ago. It's a huge waste of time. That's exactly right. Unless you're consulting social media to do something productive, like I said earlier, like build models or invest in like photography groups or Transformers groups or Joe groups or anything like that, something that's beneficial to you, it's a fucking waste of time. If it doesn't directly pertain to things that you do, that you create in life, it doesn't mean shit. Doesn't mean anything. You can get your dopamine rush, you know, you can get your endorphin rush, but all of that's very, very temporary. Excuse me. Scotty side, I deleted Facebook years ago and have not missed it for a nanosecond. Neither have I. I didn't miss it at all. You know what I did do, though, is I opened up my email a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. And there was something in there that looked real legit from a former contact of mine on Facebook. And I said, oh, what the hell do they want? You know? So I went to it and I opened the message. It come across like it was an actual email. And as soon as I opened the message, it diverted me to Facebook. So, you know, they actively bought that bullshit to try to get you to jump back on. I'm like, that's some slimy fucking shit, man. That's slimy shit. MGTOW Life, thank you, my man. I appreciate that. I don't have anything new up in the Teespring store. I haven't done anything new for a bit, but I'm considering it. So maybe we will do that here in the not too distant future. Success Pool Endeavors puts up a very valuable link. Gents, if you're having troubles guiding yourself through life, if you're a little on the, I don't want to say deluded, but the hopeless side of life, and you need to speak to somebody, by all means, reach out. Don't delete yourselves. Don't do that. I know that it's tough. I know that it's hard. I've been in some of the worst situations of my life in the last few years. But trust me when I tell you, if you put your head down and you try, you have to try. You've got to put the effort in. You will find value in your life. You will find value in you. That's something that we all need. You have to have value in yourself. At my worst, there was still something that I could smile about. When I was, well, let's just be honest about it. When I was in the depths of depression, when I was gripped by a need to self-delete, I still found something to smile about daily. And then you just pick it a piece at a time, and you build, and you build, and you build some more. Don't take your life because things are not going well. Life is worth living, and it's only useful to you if you're here. Zool, I'd take commies with me if I had to. You'd be exactly what all of these scumbag commie channels are looking for too, homie. You know, crazy rightist eliminates a bunch of peace-loving flower deliverers. That just happened to be crazy communists. Thumper, if you feel like you need to self-erase, come blow up my channel. We can figure something out worth sticking around for. I agree with you 100%. Joe Simpson, don't trust blue-haired psychology Marxists. By all means, don't trust blue-haired psychology Marxists. Don't trust anybody in the psychological field. There are people out here that have been through what you're going through that know how to come out the other side of it because they were probably forced to. And they're going to be a lot better with you than those other motherfuckers. The psychology field is completely corrupt, and they encourage men to kill themselves. So let's not go down that road. ESP revaluation, half full, not half empty. Absolutely. Ghost Shura, thanks, Hammer. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Walk 434, salute, Hammer. Rib Grunt, you are number one, my brothers. Absolutely, man. Number one. Gents, I'm going to go to the bottom here. Actually, I think I'm at the bottom. And I think I'm going to call it a day. A little over 2.5 hours tonight. It was a beautiful Sunday. It was cold, but it wasn't that cold, 45 degrees out and still snow on the ground, but it's okay. I'm good. I hope that you're enjoying the package deal that I've put up with the Juggernaut series and with the Ghost Nation series. And if I get around to it tonight, I'll put up the new Colossus and we'll get those out and rolling for you. I enjoy talking to y'all. I hope you know that. I enjoy sharing alternative points of view, different points of view, not the state mandated point of view. I know fuckery when I see it. I can smell it, and there's a lot of it afoot. Congratulations and all my best wishes and thoughts to those Canadian truckers, the American truckers that are backing them up, all of the civilians that are out there feeding these people and keeping them warm and keeping their protest of tyranny, medical tyranny, alive. It's been my pleasure, and I'll see you on the next one.